The good part about it for crypto is it looks like the market's relatively well bid heading into the weekend. What we'd like to see is we want to go and see these markets break these old highs. Like Sjord's names, like the route. Can you please go and break these highs? Don't go and stall out here. There's a little bit of an inside bar failure there. So, there is a bit of a warning sign. Rune, look at Rune up a full dollar, 20% move. But don't go and stall out here. Go blast off to new highs, please. Ren, same sort of thing. Don't stall out here. Blast off to new highs. And of course, like I've said repeatedly to you guys, for God's sakes, don't go and chase that and buy that there. You're just asking for trouble. Talking a little bit about Bitcoin. We did have, of course, CZ, that news. I think that's actually pretty significant. Might also be a bit of a catalyst in the short term. We have talked quite a bit about how crypto has been quite uppy, but we come back to the board, and I mean, you tell me, what color do you see on the board here? And I've said this the other day. I mean, if these damn things keep running up and the money is pouring into the altcoins, at some point Bitcoin says, hey, you know what? I'm the one who's actually really the shit here. So get out of my way. I want to rally. Rah, rah, rah. What concerns me immensely about the crypto space, and it doesn't really matter, we can pick almost any of these names. So like Mana, for example, Paris Hilton, the whole thing. I mean, you can see where I want to belong. I mean, the good part about it is you guys either have taken the education program or you watch the Coinigy videos or you watch these free videos. And I mean, you know what W's look like. You know what's going to get Brian all excited. You can see where you want to be a buyer. Do I want to be a buyer right here? Not really. We do already start to have some bearish structure starting to form here. If this is trend continuation, then what I would have to do is draw up just basic statistical studies want to see at least 33%, but no more than 66% correction. So that's okay. And then what I want to see is one low, two lows, three lows, and then a breakout. And ideally, what I'd love to see is that this final W comes on the other side of some sort of down trend line, right? So there's your down trend line. And if something develops like this, then I can start thinking trend continuation. But as it stands right now, it's too early for that. And I think we're actually still in correction mode on a lot of these names. And I'm more than happy to be a buyer if they want to dump this stuff back down against these original bottoms. I'll be more than happy to step in and buy here, but I can't really be a buyer here. And if anything, had you bought off of the bottom, I really hope to goodness you are paying yourself for your hard-earned effort. I mean, this is basically what we do here. We want to buy low, we want to sell high. You don't have to sell everything, but at the very least, just try and get yourself into a risk-free trade. So then if these lows don't actually hold, then you don't get hurt being in the other stuff. Now, there are some people that would take some profits on this move up top and then maybe put their stop at scratch wherever they did buy the original purchase, and then they don't get hurt on the other half. Other people, I'm going to buy, sell halves on doubles, that kind of thing. And I don't care what happens to the rest of it. It might even go to new lows. I have no risk on the trade. Once you're in that risk-free trade, well, you could take the coins, download them on a USB device, go bury them in the backyard, and who cares? Come back a year or two from now, and you might be worth millions of dollars. You just don't know in this game. Then the next couple of years, this is our window to make a fortune. And all of us, including myself, I mean, like literally, we have to be exiting the end of 2025. Maybe all you do is you just go into cash and, like I said, maybe buy a nice little piece of property and, get like what do they call them? Barn dominiums right now. Have you ever seen those things? I think they cost a couple $100,000 to build, but they're just incredible places. Just go and build one of those things out in the country and, maybe raise a whack of chickens like Cotter and stuff. And you don't have to worry about all the fucking insanity that's going to happen latter part of this decade. But I think it's going to be pretty crazy. So anyway, the point is you guys all know exactly what you have to do. And now is your window, right? Get your shit together. You ever heard that Beamish guy say that to you before? You got to get your shit together now. The good part about it for crypto is it looks like the market's relatively well bid heading into the weekend. What we'd like to see is we want to go and see these markets break these old highs. Like Sjord's names. And if there's going to be any leadership in the market, it'll probably be Sjord's names, like the route. Can you please go and break these highs? Don't go and stall out here. There's a little bit of an inside bar failure there. So, there is a bit of a warning sign. Rune, look at Rune up a full dollar. Yeah, up a full dollar, 20% move. But don't go and stall out here. Go blast off to new highs, please. Ren, same sort of thing. Don't stall out here. Blast off to new highs. And of course, like I've said repeatedly to you guys, for God's sakes, don't go and chase that and buy that there. You're just asking for trouble. The ones that I am interested in buying, Chris and I, we're very interested in this name. We have a little play account that he and I are running. We want to get in on this thing. So don't go and fucking take off here, you piece of crap. But that's a good example. Then, of course, for TRI's little old lady holdings, I've got a whole list of of ideas here I want to buy. Want to get in on Paris Hilton's Decentraland play. Can't buy it here. Please come back down to earth. Sis, same thing. This guy's actually pretty close to his bottom, so that's not so bad. Kusama, a little bit expensive. I'd like to see him back down here, please. iExec RLC. Again, you can see where the bottom is. Can you please bring him back down here a little bit, please? Actually, this CHR, Eddie did go and get me some of this. I don't really mind buying this because you can see this very wide W that came in here. So I really didn't mind just going and grabbing some of that, having it on the books. And, for your initial purchases, it's actually not the end of the world if you do. Like if you don't have any of it on the books and you just want to get a little bit on the books, like Nanny Nibbles, Little Old Ladies, just make sure that when you zoom out on your name, right, you can see that you're coming in at the bottom end of the range, right? What scares me is, there are a lot of these names that have gone zooming up here and you can't chase. So when you zoom out on some of these names, they've already actually moved up quite a bit. And you're coming in on the buy side up here, you're kind of asking for trouble. Probably this Link is a good example, right? This isn't down at the bottom end of the range anymore. It's actually way up here. So it can't really come in on the buy side there. Okay, if it can come back down to earth, okay, fine. I can always reload because I did sell some up top here, but I can't buy there. Yeah, anyway, you guys know how the story goes.